Hi guys, my name is Troy, this is Nala, and today we're looking at Christmas gift ideas for reptile lovers. Let's get into it. The most wonderful time of the year is gone, which we can all agree it's Halloween. And it's now time to stress about Christmas gifts. And if you're watching this video, you probably have a friend or a child that's interested into snakes or reptiles and you don't know what to get them for Christmas. I'm going to divide this video in three sections: budget-friendly, mid-range and prime gifts. Budget-friendly are gifts around £20, mid-range they go from £20 to 100, and prime gifts, those are the expensive ones, from £100 onwards. Let's start with the easiest thing you may think of, which is reptile themed merch. And I know you are thinking t-shirts, which is totally fine. You can find plenty of t-shirts which are reptile themed over to Etsy, Redbubble and other creators channels. But there is also phone cases, keychains. If you go on Amazon, you can find stuff like this, which I think is a really cool gift to be given to your reptile enthusiast friend. And if they are keeping reptiles already, you can just snap a picture with your phone of their animals and print it on canvas, which I think is a very simple but a very nice gift for Christmas. You can also get snakeskin leggings or trousers if you have a friend that's into that kind of fashion. I do have a pair of those. Yes, I do love 80s rock and roll fashion, and I do love wearing loud looking clothes when I go out. And you can find them pretty much anywhere on the internet. They get delivered pretty fast anyway, and I think that's a really cool gift. At number 2 we have feeding tongues. And these are to reptile keepers what guitar picks are to guitar players. If you play guitar a little bit, you will know that very often when a pick touches the ground, falls into this sort of underworld, never to be seen again. And yes, feeding tongues are pretty much the same thing. They are very affordable, can be found very easily all over the internet, get delivered very fast. They are going to be a very used gift, and I'm sure your friend is gonna be happy to have an extra pair. Moving on within the realm of budget-friendly gifts, we do have a digital thermometer and hygrometer. This is a non-negotiable must-have for any reptile keeper, and I know there are some expensive ones out there, but there is also a very budget-friendly version that does a really good job, like the ones I'm using. This is a simple display with a sensor that goes down inside the enclosure, and at all time it gives me the humidity level in percentage and the temperature in Celsius. You can position them anywhere on top of the enclosure where it's most visible to you, and you're good to go. I'm using them and I can guarantee you they really help. And last in the budget-friendly list, we have reptile decor. If you know your friend needs fake plants, cork barks, hides for their reptile, those are brilliant gifts you can give to them. Moving on to the mid-range gifts, first in line we have the king of good husbandry, the thermostat. Thermostats are like seat belts for reptile keepers, and I know you can find very cheap ones, but please do not go cheap on thermostats. You want to gift your friend a thermostat, you will be spending around 30 to 50 pounds for a good quality one. And you can find different ones, like the one I'm using is just a simple thermostat, but there is also the one with two plugs where you can plug the heat mat and the heat lamp and decide at what time of the day they will be switching on and off, so you can maintain the day and night cycle while maintaining a good temperature inside the enclosure at all time. Next, within the mid-range gifts, we have snake hooks. You remember when I say that these things here disappear into the underworld full of feeding tongues? Yes, snake hooks do that too. Now, I know you may have seen plenty of snake hooks which could be easily placed in the budget-friendly gifts, but do not go cheap on snake hooks. Cheap ones may be helpful for hognose snakes, small breeds of snakes, or juvenile snakes, but if your friend has a decent sized blood python like the one I have, you will need a much more sturdy hook. And trust me, a 50-pound snake hook is gonna last you a lot longer than a 15-pound snake hook. Also, do not get the extendable ones. Most of them are proper rubbish. Next, we have something that's non-essential but really cool. Every reptile keeper has heat lamps inside the enclosures, but those heat lamps at night, they just go off. And you know what allows you to look at your reptiles without messing temperature and humidity when the lights are off? LED lights. You can get your friend an adjustable LED bar, one of those with a remote controller where you can change color, give it a pulse, and adjust the luminosity of it, and I think that's a really cool gift. Last in this tier, we have custom enclosure backgrounds. For that, you will need the measurements of the enclosure, and you need to know what your friend is wanting to go for. You can make it yourself too, but there are plenty of professionals who make it super safe for the reptile that's gonna enjoy that background. You can contact a professional, give them the measurements and the type of theme they want to go for. I've seen some of them on the internet with like horror themes, or it depends on what your friends wants to go for. A very popular one is the Stranger Thing upside down type of background, and professionals, they can make it super safe and still be looking cool if your friend doesn't want to go for the typical natural background. This is the type of gift that really adds up to your friend's enclosure, and it really makes an impact on your friend's animal. Let's move on to the prime gifts, and these are expensive not only for the type of gift but also for the quality of it. One of them being a smart sensor setup or a reptile cam, which is basically one of those baby monitors just for your friend's ball python. So your friends doesn't have to worry much about their ball pythons while they're spending 2 days away with you, because they can look at their animals from their phone. Some of the better ones, they do have a night vision, which is really what you want to go for if you are giving something like this to your friend. Last in the prime gift list, probably the most expensive thing you are going to hear about in this video, and it's a new enclosure setup. Whether your friend is going for a bioactive enclosure or whether they just need a larger enclosure, you will need the right measurements that they are going to go for, and again, you will need a bunch of money for it. But trust me, receiving a new enclosure for Christmas, it's awesome. I know it because when I was unboxing my new enclosures here, it was like being back in 1990 something, opening the very first PlayStation that came out on Christmas Day. Thumbs up if you were there. This is also a good idea if you are a group of friends that want to buy something for Christmas to the friend who likes reptiles. It's gonna be way less expensive if you can chip in with your friends, and it's going to be like one of the best gifts ever. Let me give you a bonus gift that can sit easily between the low budget level and mid-range tier, but also being really awesome at the same time, and it's a reptile show ticket. This is a bonus gift because it's something that's not necessarily material to give to your friend, but it's something that's really gonna be awesome for your friend. If they are passionate about reptiles, they are going to be super excited to attend a reptile show. I've never been to a reptile show yet. I'm planning for 2026 on that, and I know it's gonna be super awesome already. I watched plenty of videos on YouTube on how cool are reptile shows, and I'm sure your friend does the same. Please, if you're thinking to buy your friend a new animal, just don't. Buy them a reptile show ticket, and I'm sure that's gonna be way better because they get to choose which animal they want, and they get to follow up on their own plan within their reptile keeping hobby. There you have it, guys, my top Christmas gift ideas for reptile lovers. Whether you're shopping for a snake keeper or dropping hints for yourself, you have something for every budget. If you have any other ideas, please drop them in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you are doing well, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!